Bonjour! Last week you followed me to Guadeloupe and discovered Grande-Terre as well as the Passé composé with to have. Today, follow me to Guadeloupe still, but discover Basse-Terre as well as the Passé composé with to be. Le Passé composé with être. Before I continue, I would like to say a big thank you to Miriam for her photos, her beautiful photos. I would advise you to have a look at her channel called Belle Côté Guadeloupe, and if you want to see videos showing Guadeloupe and its nature, that's the right channel for you. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! So that you have an idea of what Guadeloupe looks like, here's the map. So you can see two pieces of land linked by a bridge. Where it says Pointe-à-Pitre, there's, imagine a bridge there. So Grande-Terre is fairly flat and has the beautiful beaches which attract tourists. And Basse-Terre, on the other hand, is very rocky. And as you can see, I circled La Soufrière for you, which is the volcano. So that tells you how rocky it is. And then you have islands like Les Saintes, Marie-Galante or La Désirade, which are other small islands which are part of Guadeloupe. And for Les Saintes, for example, you could spend some time visiting, like for a weekend, you will go to Les Saintes just to chill out. Le chef-lieu, in French we say le chef-lieu, but it's the capital, we would say capital in English, is Basse-Terre, and not Pointe-à-Pitre, as many people believe, because when you go to Guadeloupe, you actually land in Pointe-à-Pitre, but the capital is Basse-Terre. So you remember that I went to Grande-Terre, but I returned to Guadeloupe. So, je suis retournée en Guadeloupe, mais cette fois avec une amie pour découvrir la Basse-Terre. I returned to Guadeloupe, but this time with a friend, and as you can see, a female friend because there's an E at the end, to discover Basse-Terre. 2 jours après, nous sommes partis faire une excursion aux chutes du Carbet. 2 days later, we left to go on an excursion to the Carbet Falls. Nous sommes montés au volcan La Soufrière. We went up to the volcano La Soufrière. Je suis allée à la rivière Caillou et je me suis baignée. L'eau était froide. I went to the Caillou River and I went for a swim. The water was cold. Je me suis promenée et soudain, je suis tombée sur le pont Eiffel. I went for a walk and suddenly I fell on the Eiffel Bridge. This is the Pont Eiffel, the Eiffel Bridge. Interesting, isn't it? All the sentences had to be plus the past participle. So let's have a look at the present tense of to be first. je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So this is the present tense, which you know already. So we have to remember that verbs which takes to be in the past tense are all reflexive verbs and the following 13 verbs. I have put them for you in alphabetical order. So you will see first the verbs in the infinitive form, then the past participle, and an example using mostly the je form. Aller gives you aller, je suis allé. Arriver gives you arrivé, je suis arrivé. Descendre gives you descendu, je suis descendu. Descendre has a little asterisk. Keep this in mind. You will find out pretty soon why. Entrer gives you entrée, je suis entré. Monter gives you monté, je suis monté. Mourir gives you mort, and I would say il est mort. Naître gives you né, je suis né. Partir gives you parti, je suis parti. Rester gives you resté, je suis resté. Retourner gives you retourné, je suis retourné. Sortir gives you sorti, je suis sorti. Tomber gives you tombé, je suis tombé. Venir gives you venu, je suis venu. So be careful, it's very irregular, there's no I in the verb. So now, some practice for you through translations. Are you ready for that? Vous êtes prêts? Number 1, numéro 1. Sophie, why did you get up late? And she responded, because I went out last night and I'm tired. Please translate this into French. The second one, my friends and I had fun at the beach. And the last sentence, where is Sylvie? And the person responds, she has already left. So here are the answers. Sophie, why did you get up late? Because I went out last night and I'm tired. Sophie, pourquoi est-ce que tu t'es levé tard? So here we are using a reflexive verb, because remember that all reflexive verbs take to be. So I repeat, pourquoi est-ce que tu t'es levé tard? So I have two E's at levé because I said Sophie, which is a female name. So we know it's a female. Because I went out last night and I'm tired, parce que je suis sortie hier soir et je suis fatiguée. The second sentence, My friends and I had fun at the beach. So when you see this, first of all, you need to think about the person or the persons doing the action. My friends and I. So you have to think about that, because this will determine what form of the present tense of to be you're going to be using. Okay? So my friend and I means we. So we're going to use the we form. And then another thing is had fun. You need to know how to say to have fun. Now, to have fun, we're going to use s'amuser, which is another reflexive verb. So this is the answer. Mes amis et moi, nous sommes bien amusés à la plage. So I put mes amis with an S. I didn't put an E because here we don't know if it's female or male. So when you don't know, you always use the male. And I is never je. Okay? When you have and I is always et moi. Mes amis et moi. And then you would remember that is nous sommes bien amusés. So we've already got the first nous represented by mes amis et moi. So we're just going to keep the second nous and then use the somme and then put amusé. Now, you could have put mes amis et moi, nous sommes amusés à la plage, but I added the bien to really translate this idea of fun. Mes amis et moi, nous sommes bien amusés à la plage. And the last translation, where is Sylvie? So that part, I'm sure you got it right. She has already left. Où est Sylvie? Elle est déjà partie. How did you get on? Did you manage? Bravo if you got everything right, but don't worry if you did not. You need to check why you made the mistakes and go through those sentences again, but another time. For further practice, you may be interested in the video Your French Challenge 2 with the Passé composé with to be. We had Your French Challenge 1 with the Passé composé with to have. If you don't remember the to be verbs, you may want to see what method would suit you to remember them by watching the video, which is out already a long time actually, the 7 ways of remembering the to be verbs in the past tense. I would also advise you to watch the video on Minute Grammaire, which focuses on the agreement with to have. I really hope that you enjoyed the video the same way I enjoyed making it. Please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Until then, au revoir!